Hello friends, welcome to my channel Productive Talks. Today we are going to deal with a topic which is at the center of the existence of humanity. We are going to deal with the concept of peace. Peace is the center around which the whole humanity revolves. Let me start by saying that today we will not see the peace which dwells in the serenity of a temple, but we are going to go deeper into understanding the peace which you can have even in the midst of the wildest storm. Let me start by giving you a small anecdote. There once lived a king, and he called forth all the fine artists of his kingdom. And the king's courtier declared on behalf of the king that whosoever will paint the best picture of peace will get the king's royal ring as a gift and a token of his greatness of thought. Each person went back and drew and painted his best painting. And then came the day when the paintings were to be examined, and one by one the artists forwarded their paintings to the evaluator. There were a score of paintings which depicted what peace is all about. Some paintings depicted a beautiful peacock perched on a lower bough of a tree. Some pictures showed a shimmering stream passing by, and some showed a silent grove laden with fruits. Some showed rolling hills and sheep grazing on the hill slopes. But there was one painter whose painting was extremely unique, and he took the king's ring. You would inquire, what was so unique in his painting that his painting took the king's ring? He won the gift and the prize. This painting truly depicted the concept of peace. The painting showed a craggy ravine of a dark mountain full of rocks, and a sky lit with huge clouds having thunderbolts passing by. But if you would see it with closer attention, at the edge of the cliff, in the crevice of the ravine, there was a tiny nest. And in that nest sat a little sparrow, all by itself, calm, composed, serene, not being baffled, not being disturbed, not really worrying about whether the heavens are rolling away, whether the sky is falling, whether the cliff is going to crumble down. This painting surely deserved the king's ring because it showed about the true characteristic of peace. It is very easy to have peace in a peaceful environment. When you hang around with your best friends, you are at great peace because it's a fantastic, jocund company where you enjoy the company, you enjoy being with your friends, and you are absolutely relaxed because there no one would really contradict you or annoy you. No one is going to criticize you because they all are like-minded. They feel good about each other. But here, the sparrow maintained its serenity amidst the storm. True peace is all about being peaceful, not losing your composure, being neutral-headed, being serene and quiet, even though the circumstances around you are not favorable, because peace is the absence of ego. It has nothing to do with the noise around you. It has nothing to do with the tribulative surroundings around you. It has nothing to do with the sky crumbling around you. It has nothing to do with the tumult and the noise that happens around you. Peace has something to do with your true inner self. If you are peaceful within yourself, you will be peaceful wherever you go, no matter what the circumstance is all about. It is the very nature of your soul. Deep down, every individual on this earth wants peace. He is yearning for peace. You ask even the worst savage on this earth, he will express it in his own way, that peace is his paramount need. Even the man who wants to make war, his intent is to bring peace on earth, though he has understood it all wrongly. Someone in this world comes up and says that we need to wage a war to bring peace. But let me tell you, war can never bring peace. War brings destruction. War brings poverty. War brings desolation. War breeds enmity. War brings absolute desperation. Our ways and means to attain peace differ. Therefore, we tend to err in understanding the true way to attain peace we have been yearning so much for. True peace is a journey within. True peace will one day lead you to the realization of your true self within you. Because man is a haven of peace within himself. But the system around from birth, you are taught to struggle in everything that you do. You are told that you need to race your neighbor, that he is running and you've got to keep running or else you're going to lag behind him. The spirit of competition, it starts right from your kindergarten days, and you have got conditioned to operate in that state of tremendous stress. So the very fundamental scope to become a peaceful being is eradicated right at your kindergarten. Now what are you supposed to do? Today you are young, you are a youth, you are an adult, probably you are an old man or a woman. What must you do to get rid of that? You must stop struggling. You must consciously stop struggling in every endeavor that comes your way. Right from your smallest task to your largest endeavors in your life. Labor is not a duty. Labor is what you would love to do. You need to start enjoying all that you do. You need to get it straight. Come to terms with life. When I mean come to terms with life, you got to know that every day you've got to get up and brush your teeth, and you've got to have patience when you brush your teeth. You can't be patient only with the incisors and forget the molars and the premolars. Your patience is going to matter. It's a very important quality in making you a peaceful being. The greater your patience, the greater the strength to forbear. If you can forbear patiently, you can maintain your inner calm, your inner composure. You have stopped fighting against the rising tides of life. Learn to flow with things. Change everything that you can, which is within your strength. And leave those things which you cannot change. Maybe tomorrow that comes will give you the strength and the intelligence and the wisdom to change them. Till then, keep flowing with them. Things that you cannot change today would probably change tomorrow. Do not search perfection, for we all live in an imperfect world. Doing your best, giving your best shot in everything you do is the criteria to personal satisfaction and peace. Do not miss to give your best shot. When opportunity knocks your door, the world we live in isn't as perfect as we've been taught. The peace of life dwells in the process of living. The moments that pass by are the moments in which You must learn to live. If you can catch the moments in the here and the now, you will know that there is nothing to brood about. But the mind is constantly oscillating to and fro, back and forth. It is never in the here and the now. The mind is like a chattering monkey. Either it is jumping forward or it is jumping backward. So that's why we are constantly brooding about our past depressions. We are fretting and fearing about, and we are extremely hyper anxious about the coming future. But we do not understand. If we do justice to the moments of today, the future will take care of itself. The peace of life, therefore, dwells in the process of living it fully with zeal and enthusiasm. Life is uncertain, no matter what your security systems of life are. You are going to face uncertainty. It's going to knock your door one fine morning. Your best plans may fail. Your best friend may let you down. Your ideal spouse may betray you someday. You may lose your most doted vocation. Your fantastic, healthy, immaculate body, which you call very healthy, might suddenly succumb to an illness. And the reasons to get distressed are 1,001, and it could go to infinity. Realizing this brutal fact does not put us into a bog of pessimism. Rather, it inspires us to seek the better and the best in everything. It gives us the realistic understanding of life, situation, people, and work. Realizing this, we are ready to face failures gracefully and succeed nobly. Realizing this, we can inculcate within our fabric the tenacity to face adversity with courage and a gentle smile. Therefore, having realized, you will come to terms to your personal life, to your inner life and your outward life someday. You will know that the beauty of a rose will always be encircled with thorns. So change your focus. Practice solitude, no matter what and how busy your lifestyle is. Practice solitude as and when you can. Solitude will introduce you to your own self. You are your best friend. You are responsible for all your despairs and failures in life. Do not haste with anything you got to do. You cannot speed up your tasks. By hasting, you will end up messing up everything that you are doing. No one can disturb your inner peace unless you give him the power to do so. No one can make you peaceful unless you are ready to break the inner shackles like grudge and sorrow and pain and dislike and covetousness. There is no distress for a man who lives in the moments that pass by. The mind is constantly oscillating back and forth. Become aware of that factor in you. Peace liberates us. It liberates us from despair, sorrow, and frustration. Lastly, I'd like to expand a little bit on the macro aspects of peace. Today I hear from lofty platforms, from international conventions and speakers, different strategies, different ways how global peace could be attained. You cannot attain global peace by strategizing. You cannot attain global peace by planning it out. We need to get down to the basics of human needs. There are two basics on which the peace of man is constructed. One is the basics of survival, food, clothing, and shelter, and one is living. You survive and you also want to live because you're a human being. You are not some cattle. It is a cattle which requires basic food and shelter. Probably cattle would not require clothing, but cattle is not concerned about living. When I say living, I mean the thought, the freedom of our thought and the freedom of expression. The leaders must understand that the survival of man and the scope for man to breathe freely and express himself is what can bring peace on this earth. The earth, they say, was once a paradise. No, it was not a paradise ever. But yes, today the mind has evolved to a deeper understanding of our own existence as human beings. Today we can possibly make it a paradise because today the mind has evolved with time. The caveman lived a very brutal life. His life was not as civilized as the modern man today. And he faced aggression from his own fellow beings, and his peace was challenged by many fears. The forces of nature got him really scared. But the man of today is a man who has answers to 99 questions. 100th question is it possible to become a peaceful being in this century? And I say, yes, it is very much possible to be at peace. Peace is simply the state of inner serenity. If you can be peaceful within yourself, you will soon start radiating that peace around you. And all those around you will be magnetized by that peace which you are radiating. Peace, like laughter, is extremely contagious. When one laughs, everyone laughs with him. Thank you, dear friends, and I wish you all the good things of life.